Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rebels TV. Getting outside of the studio once again this week. Actually, standing in the middle of Mars Stadium. Don't tell too many people that we're doing this because we're not supposed to be out here in the week of an AFL game. But such a beautiful day here in Ballarat today. We thought, with what's going on this week, it's a perfect opportunity to stand in the middle of Mars Stadium and bring you Rebels TV for another week. Sean Kelly's my name. Joining me, as he does every week, my co-host. And unfortunately, when we're both standing up and not sitting down, you can tell the height difference between us as well. Phil Partington, big fella, welcome.
Hey Sean, great to be here. And sun's out in sunny Ballarat. Hopefully it stays like that way during the week.
Fingers crossed, because we do hope for a fine weekend with everything happening here at Mars Stadium, which we'll touch on later on in the show. No Rebels game this past weekend, Parto, but that didn't mean that there weren't Rebels boys in action. Starting with the VFL as well, 3 boys, as we forecast last week on Rebels TV, getting a go at VFL footy last week. Lloyd Meek, Callum Wellings, and great to see Flynn Appleby get a go at the VFL as well. Up against Collingwood, from all reports, all 3 of them did quite well.
They all played well, Sean. Flynn Appleby named second best for the Roosters. Did a great job on Carl Kirby, the leading goal kicker in the VFL. And Big Meeky kicked a couple of goals, and Cal got about 18-19 possessions as well. So really well performed for those boys, and great opportunity for them to play Roosters football.
And also we had 4 players playing in the Vic Country team and under-17 Futures games, so that recruiters could get a look at what's going to be on offer for the draft class of 2018. And Tyler Watts, Scott Carlin, Matty Lloyd, and also Jetty Hill, of course, playing in that game. How did they go? Have we heard?
Played well, Sean. The stats who came through this morning had a good report from the coaching staff as
Beautiful.
well. So they came in for 3 days, Sean, and did a bit of a camp experience. Really good by AFL Victoria to run that with Lee Fraser and his team of the talent department. So yeah, really pleased to see how those boys come back for this week.
Thomas Berry was part of the camp as well, we believe. Obviously injured at the moment, won't play again this year, but great for him to have that experience.
To get those boys involved if they're injured still, Sean, they're quality players. So I no doubt TJ would have walked away with some really good knowledge about the Vic Country program.
Inside 60 time this week for Bluegum Clothing, and we've actually gone to one of the boys that did play footy on the weekend, and this will be an interesting one, Parto, because this is a boy that you and I both know very, very well. He's your trainee. He's been a 3-year TAC Cup player. I speak, of course, of Lloyd Meek. We've called him a big dumb ruckman at times, and I don't know if that's going to show in this interview or not.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, Sean. So I'll wait for the aftermath first of all. If he actually makes a few jokes that aren't funny, well, we'll find that out, and he won't live that down for the week, I think, Sean.
I think you might be right, Parto. So let's find out how he goes with it inside 60, thanks to Bluegum Clothing with Lloyd Meek.
The Meeky Man. Probably the back pocket. Caleb Daniel. SMW Rovers. Driven. Would have to be Phil Partington in the office, puts in the hours. A cross between Isaac Pertzel and Cal Wellings. Pertz has probably got him covered though. Isaac Johnson, because he sleeps in my bed without asking. Being able to play with Flynn Appleby when he got second best on in his VFL debut. Hamish Carlin. Probably Darcy Parish.
Lloyd Meek inside 60, thanks to Bluegum Clothing. Now, what's going on here, Parto? Favourite playing position, back pocket?
Well, Sean, attempted humour doesn't work too well on TV, and Meeky, no good, son. Hopefully you improve this week's work. You might have to wash my car or vacuum my car this week, I think.
He did give you a little one, though. Hardest trainer, Phil Partington, says that you're a hard taskmaster, so...
I do train hard when I have to train hard, Sean, and hard worker. That's a good trait of mine.
It is indeed. It's time to look at the happenings this weekend at this very venue here at Mars Stadium, and it starts on Saturday with probably the biggest football day, you could argue, in Ballarat's history, as the AFL comes to Ballarat, the first ever game for premiership points as the Western Bulldogs take on Port Adelaide here at Mars Stadium. what a day it's going to be, Parto.
Oh, it's huge for Ballarat, huge for Western Victoria, huge for the AFL, and huge for the Western Bulldogs, Sean. So the finishing touches are happening right now to Mars Stadium, and look, it's going to be an exciting day for the crowd. 11,000 people here at Mars Stadium watching a good quality game. The Western Bulldogs need to win.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide need to win as well. So really exciting day. That'll kick off the Festival Football Facility at Ballarat.
It will indeed. The live site just over behind where our camera is at the moment as well. So if you haven't got a ticket to the game, come down to the live site. The game will be on the big screen there. There's all sorts of activities on the day as well. And you're not wrong about it being a big game. The Bulldogs basically have to win to stay in finals contention, and Port Adelaide have to win if they want to host a home final.
Yeah, it's a great day for Ballarat, Sean, and looking forward to the game.
But then Sunday's the big day from a TAC Cup point of view. 3 games of TAC Cup footy here at Mars Stadium. Country round for the TAC, and of course the Rebels in action against the Dandenong Stingrays starting at 3:30 p.m.
Yeah, it's TAC Cup drive for the game day too, Sean. So promoting safe driving for our parents and our players across the TAC Cup, Metro and Country. Metro play on Saturday, Country boys here at Mars Stadium on Sunday. So to have 3 good quality games at Mars Stadium, it's going to be great, Sean. Hopefully the weather's good too.
Yeah, hopefully it will be. The Rebels, as we said, taking on the Dandenong Stingrays. Another game against a Stingrays side that's pushing for a top 4 finish. So after what we did last week against the Murray Bushrangers, though, I dare say that the confidence will be high amongst the Rebels camp this week, and we're looking to pull off another upset.
The Stingrays will be full strength, Sean. All their schoolboys are finished, and look, they're a good quality team, but the mighty Rebels knocked off a top 4 place getter last week, Sean, so everything happened on the day, so looking forward to seeing how we go.
And of course a massive day here as well, off the field too, with our Rebels reunion, obviously highlighting the 1997 Premiership side who actually defeated the Dandenong Stingrays on that day, but also the reunion of anybody who's ever played, been a staff member or had anything to do with the Rebels, and the first of its kind, Parto. It's going to be a massive day.
Yeah, it starts at 12 o'clock upstairs in the sports club, Sean, goes to 5 o'clock, so really looking forward to those ex-Rebels players and also staff coming to support the Rebels players of the current day, but also supporting the 1997 Premiership team, but also looking at the Centre of Excellence downstairs, the new Rebels home, Sean,
yep,
and also Mars Stadium.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day here at Mars Stadium on Sunday as well as on Saturday. We'd love to see as many of you down here supporting the Rebels and supporting TAC Cup footy on Sunday. There's going to be plenty of space, and I'll tell you what, the ground's still going to be dressed up like an AFL venue, so if you can't get to the game on Saturday, you'll get fairly much an AFL experience on the Sunday as well, because most of the stuff that's bumped in for the game will still be here.
Yeah, that's the reason why we're playing the country around here, Sean. It's going to be an AFL venue on the day before, so giving the opportunity for our Rebels players, but also the other country boys, the opportunity, Sean. And don't forget our presentation day too,
yes,
Sean. All the details on the screen, so we ask everyone as soon as possible, jump on board, book your ticket for our highly anticipated presentation day, Sean.
It will be Saturday the 8th of October, in fact Sunday, not Saturday. I should get that right because I'm not going to be in town on the Saturday, so I'll make sure I'm there on the Sunday. Make sure you book your tickets now. Parto, thanks for joining us, mate. Another Rebels TV done. There's not that many of them left, so we're going along okay, I think.
Yeah, good to be here. Good to be on the ground too. The ground staff of the City of Ballarat done a wonderful job, and really looking forward to this Saturday and also this Sunday at Mars Stadium.
You have to say that because they're in earshot and they're about to kick us off the ground, so that's all we've got time for this week on Rebels TV, folks. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you here at Mars Stadium on Sunday.